What up, what up, what up? We back with another edition of Freewenow.
Till it is backwards.
Yeah, sir, ski. Hey, look, back with a great pod today. We're going to be talking 4 questions, right? Putting our realest foot forward. What you got for the people?
Hey, when does the love of yourself outweigh the admiration from others? Set priorities for growth, not popularity.
I like that. Where you get that from? What inspired that one?
Honestly, just thinking about, life goals and the way I was carrying myself and trying to put myself in a different mindset, realign myself and understand what's really important.
When do you come up with the quotes?
Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, they be on the fly.
Yeah.
When I'm on the road. But honestly, majority of the time when I come up with these quotes, it's when I'm listening to something that's inspirational. A lot of times I'm listening to Myron Golden, who really be talking. Sometimes it could be a quick conversation with friends and family.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you hate to admit it's something tragic that makes you do a reflection on life. So I kind of try to write them down as they come up. And a lot of times it's just a random thing that sparks these type of quotes and comments.
For sure. All right, look, like I said, we're putting our realest foot forward, right? So we're going to be asking questions, right? And if you guys have questions for us, submit your questions, DM us, and we'll start answering those questions as well. So what you got, bro?
All right. And, you know what I'm saying? As we always say, we're in a process of growth, not perfection, right? And we're trying to improve ourselves. So what has removing things from your life taught you about the world?
That they don't matter.
They don't. You're not important.
You're not that important.
You're not that important.
Like, y'all don't matter. Like, in the grand scheme of things, when you come into the world, it's probably your parents there, couple people from maybe their closest people there. When you leave the world, there's going to be, hopefully you got your closest people there. You know what I mean? So, like, everybody else is a wash, bro. Everybody else, y'all don't matter, yo. That's what I'm realizing. You don't matter. I'm starting not to care about you. I have a healthy sense of I don't care. I don't.
A healthy sense of
I have a healthy sense of I don't care. Right? I care enough not to, like, go out and shoot up a school. Right? But, like, I'm also, like, your opinion has no weight on me. Like, I am taking on the mentality of a 89-year-old war veteran.
Yeah.
He's just like, screw you. I'm going to believe what I want to believe. You can believe it or not. I've done research. I've lived enough. I have these morals and ethics and reasons for the way I'm living on purpose. Like, I didn't just wake up one day and, think this. And I'm out my feelings. And I'm just moving the way I want to move. I take that back. I'm moving the way God wants me to move.
That's important.
So, like, yeah, screw y'all. Straight up.
Y'all don't matter.
You don't, honestly. Facts. that's how I feel.
And that's it.
And that's how I feel. Just like that. What about you?
It showed me that misery loves company.
For sure.
As I said before, we're trying to realign my priorities and put into the forefront of what I want to build.
Yeah.
You can show when you're removing things out of your life that people also want to remove.
Yeah.
If they're not able to let it go at that moment, then they're going to try to drag you down. Like, as we talked about, drinking is a big vice. But have you ever noticed whenever you go somewhere and it's just you and a person or you and a couple people and you're the one that's talking about, hey, I'm not drinking, you're the outlier.
Yeah.
I'm deciding not to drink poison, you're in the wrong.
Right.
Why are you not drinking? Are you lame?
Right.
Everybody's drinking. Drink.
Right.
Have a couple of drinks. It's like everybody tries to force you to do the one thing that you're removing from your life to actually be better.
Right.
So it shows me that a lot of people may have the idea to remove some of the certain things that you're openly saying that you're removing, but they don't have the fortitude or they don't have the guile or goal to do the same thing as you. So when you do it, they feel like they're being left behind. When you start to improve, they feel like, well, why haven't I took that step? So what they want to do to justify them continuing to do this certain thing or continuing to allow this vice or this object or this moment have control of their life is to bring you back in, because you can only be just as ready as I am.
Right.
If I'm not doing something, or if you're not doing something, you can't do it without me.
Right.
So unless you're bringing me along, unless you're dragging me up saying, hey, you're not going to drink without me, or you're not going to do this without me, then I can't let you do it.
Yeah.
So that's really what it showed me. Misery loves company. People love to be in a group doing the wrong things than being an individual doing the right one.
You're either going to be intimidated or inspired. If I'm putting the bottle down, there's only two things that's going to happen. You're going to get inspired to put the bottle down, or you're going to be intimidated about your own insecurities of why you can't put the bottle down.
Yeah.
What things you didn't heal in your life that you're using to cope with this bottle.
Yeah.
What things you didn't address, what you're scared of, what you're running from. That's all the bottle is, bro. That's all liquor is. You talked about it yesterday, bro, about having that liquid courage. People use the bottle as an escape. They use the bottle to have something to take them away from their reality.
Yeah.
There's something in my life that I don't want to face head on, so I'm going to keep drinking and get this feeling, this outcome feeling, right? Everybody's about their feelings, right? I want this feeling, right? And so I need that feeling, so I'm gonna go get the bottle.
Yeah.
Everybody's focused on the outcome.
We definitely talked about that. And I think a lot of people use the bottle as a superpower. It
Right.
allows me to be who I want to be with still having an excuse for why I am not that person.
It's an excuse.
You know what I'm saying? Now I can go out here and say whatever I want. I can do exactly what I've always thought of doing.
Right.
I have the courage, I have the energy, or I have the lack of mental blockage when I'm drinking to stop me from doing that thing. So that's why I drink so much, or that's why I do drugs so much, or that's why I go into this vice and have sex so much, is because it takes that mental blockage away that keeps me from being who I really want to be at all times of the day. And if I do something that oversteps a certain bounds, I have something to fall back on. Oh, I was high. Oh, I was drunk. Oh, it was because I was dealing with that girl. It's always a fallback excuse for why they dive so heavy, or they go head first into the shallow end, because you have an excuse. Oh, I did this because I'm young. Oh, I did this because I didn't know no better. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
if I had somebody to tell me, I wouldn't have
did that.
Okay.
But we all know right from wrong.
Come on, bro.
At a young age, you know right from wrong. That's why when you do something wrong when you're a kid, you look at your parents.
Right.
You slowly do it, and you wait for them to tell you no, because you know it's not the right thing.
You know it's
but
not
you
the
just
right
want to see how far they're going to allow you to go, or how many steps forward you can take before they put you back in place.
Can we stop saying, I wish I had somebody to tell me? I wish I had known this when I was younger, when I was your age.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
You know it.
At this, now, maybe so. Maybe if you're 50 plus, maybe. But the day and age that we live in right now,
no reason you should.
There's no reason.
Yeah.
There's too much information out here. You can go to YouTube University. You can go to Google University. ChatGPT, do it for everything. Do it for you, University. Yeah. Right? Like, there's no excuses, yo.
And one thing I even found out is when they say, I wish I would have known at your age, but they knew at a certain age. That was earlier than when they're talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They may say, I'm 50 years old. I wish I would have known that in my 20s.
Right.
They probably knew when they was in their 30s. They probably knew when they was in their 30s. But they didn't make the change. 30s. You know what I'm saying?
They still didn't make the change.
Exactly.
Nah, facts, bro. And even like chopping it up with shorties when you go out. Like, you talk about liquid courage. Some of y'all's game is getting a girl a drink.
That is game.
Like that, like, oh, let me get you a drink. Hey, my name is Hassan. Let me get you a drink. Like, you don't have the capability just to hold a conversation. You don't have the courage to go up to somebody and speak to them, and speak to a beautiful woman or a woman that you find attractive without getting a drink first and without offering her a drink. Like, I got to break the ice. I got to like calm down, or I got to like, order a drink first. And that's part of my game. It's like, hey, my name's Hassan. Can I get you a drink? Yeah. Hey, that's how goofy it sounds to me. Hey, my name's Hassan. Can I get you a drink? Hey, can I get you a drink?
Let me get a drink. Whatever they got, I get.
Whatever they got. Can I get you another? Can I get you a drink? You want a drink? Hey, shots on everybody. Like, you don't have, and I'm not belittling you, right? Because I've been there.
Most definitely. We all have.
But at the same time, as I'm realizing, I'm like, number one, the return on investment is
sometimes zero.
It's awful.
That's literally all you do is get a drink, and then you never hear from Shawty again.
You never hear from him again.
You know what? As fellas, I'm being real. We got to take a blame for how some of our women act.
No, it is. No, it's absolutely our fault.
We got to take a lot of blame. We go into the sense
absolutely
of, like you said, buying these drinks without knowing their name, taking them on trips, flying them everywhere, paying all their bills, talking about, I'm going to take care of you, and we don't know nothing about the woman. So that's why this standard has been perpetuated, and it is now our reality, because that's what people have done.
Right.
They haven't took the time to work on their game, their GAME. They haven't took the time to actually figure
old
out.
Fashioned.
You know what I'm saying? Figure out like
old fashioned.
Let me use the gift of gab.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me really, you know what I'm saying? Let me really game her up. Let me talk to her. Let me take the easy route. I'm gonna buy her a drink. I'm gonna buy her a bag. I'm gonna buy her this. And now we're so surprised that women expect this.
You're using buying things as a I guess a catch-all.
Yeah.
Right. Like your buying thing covers up your inefficiencies and deficiencies in other areas.
Yeah.
I don't really hold great conversation, so let me buy you something. I'm not really the man that I want to become, so let me buy you something.
Yeah.
I don't have that capability to have a conversation with you, make you smile, make you laugh, charm you, make you blush, so let me cover it up with gifts.
Yeah.
Like gifts can be a coping mechanism.
Which is crazy, and no disrespect to this artist because I think he has one of the greatest work ethics ever, as we talked about. He has one of the greatest work ethics ever. Go check out his new album because the joint has some bangers on it.
Got some bangers.
But Future, he was talking about it took me a month to hit, and I spent $1 million. $1 million in a month,
bro. That's not a
smack.
Is
now I know he's rich. I know he got bread.
Bro,
but for
billionaires not spending $1 million like that.
Come on, dog. They wearing Skechers and driving Priuses.
Come on, bro.
You don't see no real people with money driving Bugattis, wearing crazy fashion.
Hey, look, man, if that's what you do,
that's what you do.
That's
I can't
what
hate
you
on
do.
it because you know what I'm saying. I might buy me a Bugatti if I had the bread.
$1 million for us may look like getting a section. You know what I'm saying? $1 million for him
may look like buying a drink.
It may look like buying a drink. $1 million for him may look like buying a drink. Yeah. But even still, I'm still even now like I'm not doing that no more.
I gotta process that. It doesn't make sense.
I have to assess the situation and saying, what is the return on investment?
What is the return on investment?
What is my return on investment for sitting here within 30 seconds asking you for a drink, us having conversation over loud music where we can't really hear each other? I can't even hear you, right? Okay, let's say you exchange numbers. Okay, cool. What is the actual percentage of club love that actually makes it? We talk about making the trips out the group chat.
Yeah.
What club love actually makes it out the club?
And how many people have already done this same move?
Bro. You know what was funny? You know, this is an old time. This is not now. I'm reminiscing on
reminiscing. This is back in the past. This is not
back
present.
In the G. You know what I'm saying? This is not right now, right? So I remember, you know, back in our day, right? I'm outside, you know, at like a nice little event, right? And talking to Shorty, rapping with Shorty, blah, 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 blah. Never ask her if she wanted a drink. Never like, hey, said, I'm about to go get a drink. Like, I never brought up liquor. I never brought up alcohol, nothing. Like, you know, deeper in the conversation, like 10, 15 minutes later, we vibing. She's like, dang, like, you didn't even ask me for a drink. Like, you didn't, like, that's new for me. Like, I would have expected us to, like, go and get a drink already. Or, like, you would have offered me that, blah, blah. And then, you know what I'm saying, bingo, that's, you done set me up. I'm throwing that joint off the glass. I'm about to put my elbow in the rim. You know what I mean? So then, you know, start chopping up, like, you know, like, why do you expect that? And I feel like that's a little predatory for me to like, oh, let me get you lit, let me get you drunk so I can try to communicate better with you.
Some of y'all is predators.
Let me get you, like, that's kind of predatory. Hey, yo, let me get you a drink. Hey, can I get you a drink? Can I get you 2 drinks? I get 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. It's all on me. It's all on me, baby. It's all on me. I got money long. Like, that joint is a little predatory to me. Like, I feel confident enough in myself. Now, if we vibing and, like, it's cool and now she kind of, like, she ain't leaving, like, her friends, like, they over there dancing and she still stayed here with you, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can get a drink and we can vibe. But, like, off rip, I'm just finna come out and be like, yo, can I get you a drink? Hey, let's do shots. Hey, y'all want to do shots? Like, what? Hey, can we do shots? Y'all want to do shots? Hey, I got some money. We can do some shots.
Like, wait, when you put it like that, it's actually crazy.
Bro,
like,
that's
you never
crazy
think about
weird,
it in that,
bro.
You never think about it in that type of tone or that type of manner. It's the norm. But when you take it back to the roots and you're like, wait, we really do this? Like, this is our normal game?
That's
shots?
Part of your game. Is
shots?
Like, I got to get y'all shots and for us to even, like, start talking. Like, nah, yo.
Nah.
That ain't me. I got too much in my bag to be, like, feeling like I got to spend some bread.
The club scene is actually a ridiculous place.
And on top of that, the less you drink, we're not even gonna talk about being sober. If you go sober to the club, you probably never go back.
You'll never go back. I hate the club sober. I've never had fun in the club sober.
Never have fun in the club
Never.
sober, right? Now if you just let's say you had a couple drinks, but you're not drinking as much as everybody else, and everybody else is lit, bro. It's not fun, bro.
It's not fun.
It's not fun at all. Let's yeah, go ahead.
Nah, you good.
I was just gonna say, let's redefine the definition of fun. Like, I'm in the process of trying to change my appetite, right, of what I think fun is. Going to the club, and don't get me wrong, you might see me after this video, and I might be there. You feel me? I might be there, but I'm gonna be there in a different capacity.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be there just like, oh, I'm at the normal person going through the normal way, normal security. Like, I gotta go to the front and get my drinks at the bar and stand in line, and I'm trying to get girls a shot and get them a drink, get them a shot real quick. Cause we can get turned. We gotta get turned. Cause I can't talk if I ain't turned. I can't talk if I ain't have a shot yet. I gotta get shot first. I gotta get shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, right? But all right, all in all, I kind of drilled that one in.
Nah, that's not.
You feel me? Pause. You know what I'm saying? So yes, like, and also just put the bottle down. Put it down, yo.
Put it down. It's not necessary.
If we realize that the bottle is a gateway to all our other vices.
Spending money,
going out, women, alcohol, spending outside your budget, staying up late, diet, not eating right, because now you up late, you've been drinking, now you hungry, now what you gonna eat? McDonald's, Taco Bell, Jack in the Box, Burger King, whatever is open late, that's what you gonna eat.
Beef.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and then you alcohol, now you out late, alcohol, people are mad, angry, hate their lives, now they want to start drama. It's these drunk drivers out at night, right? Like, drinking and driving, now you speeding, you get a ticket. Like, it's just all of those things that can go left from you, like, taking shots. And then you gotta get you a drink, you gotta get you a shot. I gotta get you a shot first. I can't talk to you unless I get a shot. We all gotta do shots. So you feel me?
We all gotta
do shots. We all gotta do shots. We ain't do shot, we ain't party. What's a party without shots? Okay. All right, let's bring it back in. All right. Speaking of money, how has your relationship with money evolved as you've grown in your understanding of what truly matters in life?
How's my relationship with money evolved? I stopped trying to treat money like my child.
Talk about it.
So, and what I mean in that sense is, as a child, especially your first child, I don't have children, but I can only imagine this is from conversations with other individuals, but it's almost like you keep them close to home. It's almost like you constrict it, you constrain it, you strangle it with so much love because you don't want them to go out and make mistakes. You don't want to lose it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to make mistakes, right? So I spend all this time working. I spend all this time trying to gain this money, and then I spend the rest of my time being stingy with it. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it close to heart, understanding that there's responsibilities that I have to take care of, which require me to spend money, but there's also leisure and there's also a life that I want to enjoy. So I think my relationship with money has changed from trying to constrict almost a child to trying to set them up. So how do I take this money that I am so concerned with keeping, and I'm so concerned with saving and not wasting and spending and making it work for me?
Yeah.
How do I set this money up in life to where I no longer have a I need to pay my bills relationship with money?
Yeah.
It's, as we talked about, not financial security, but financial freedom.
Right.
How do I set myself up to where I view money as a means to make more money,
for sure, and
not a means to just survive? I think that's one of the biggest things, or one of the biggest misconceptions, especially in the Black community that we have when we're growing up. We see money as a means to stay afloat. Money is our lifeline. Money is the ship in the middle of the ocean during the storm. It's not the helicopter taking us off. It's not the wonderful trips. It's not the amazing opportunities. It's not the community that you build. Money is literally what is keeping me from drowning.
Right.
How do I change that mindset, and how do I turn that into money is part of my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not thinking of it as a lack. I'm thinking of it as an abundance.
Right.
So that's really been the biggest thing, and I'm still trying to learn that, right? Because as we grow older and we try to build that fortitude, we try to build that kingdom, we try to build protection, and we try to build a better life for ourselves.
Yeah.
There's going to be points where you lose money.
Right.
There's going to be points where you have to shell out more than you're bringing in, right? Because you have to take risk. You can't sit here and see your money as this is going to keep me afloat. You got to say, how do I make this money make me fly? Mm-hmm. How does it make me learn how to swim? Mm-hmm. So my relationship has changed from just trying to, I wouldn't say keep, like, you want to keep some of what you make, but keeping everything I make and into just letting it make more for me.
Right. I got you. No, that's real. That's real. I feel that for sure.
So that's really big, right? Yeah. Make sure we don't want security, we want freedom.
I think people don't even assess their relationship to anything, right? So to like assess your relationship to money, assess your relationship to food, assess your relationship to coping mechanisms, right? Assess your relationship to how you view the world. Like, you don't get thoughts from just anywhere. Like, your thoughts come from somewhere, right? The way you process information came from somewhere, right? So to assess that and to re-download a new programming for how you assess life, assess money, assess growth, assess development, assess anything in your life, it takes really a data reprogramming. Like, if you don't think you're being programmed, you're being programmed. That's the telltale sign of being programmed. If you're like, oh, I'm not being programmed, you're a victim. I'm not being programmed. I think that I believe what I believe, and I believe it, so it must be right. I'm not being programmed. You guys are wrong because I believe it. I must be right. You're programmed. They say that if you don't know what the product is, you're the product. Facebook, Instagram, they're not selling products. I don't know what the product. You're the product. They're collecting information on you, and they're selling it to other companies. But that's a different topic for a different time. Google that.
People think it's free, but they're spending their time.
Their attention. They're collecting habits. They're training your psychology.
Yeah.
That's why when you go look at a video and you're like, man, why do I keep seeing zoo videos? Because you've been looking at a lot of zoo videos.
And that's the funny thing the biggest difference between money and time. Money you can always get back.
Always.
I can spend as much money as I want and make even more back.
Always.
Time, you never get it back.
Always.
The seconds we spend doing this video, the seconds we spent driving over here, the seconds we spent doing anything in our life previous to this point, we get none of that time back. And there is no unlimited amount of time. There's an unlimited amount of money.
Right.
You can continue to make money forever.
Right.
You can't continue to live forever.
Right.
And you can look at your bank account and know how much money you got. You can't look at your life and know how much time you got left.
It's a bar.
Come on,
That's
y'all.
A bar.
So with all this being said, right, as we progress and we grow as men, black men, and I'm gonna keep saying that because representation is one of the biggest things. We want people to understand that we are two black individuals that have done a lot of things that majority of people don't even get the opportunity to do. What are you the most excited for in your future? And it may be a lot of things, but what is one thing that comes to mind?
I'll just say I'm most excited for being surprised at what God actually did for me.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I guess the most excited thing I am is for God to supersede like my wildest dreams. Because there's a verse in the Bible that says, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways. Right? So I would never be able to fathom or imagine the life that God really wants me to have. Right? So even with this podcast and where we've gotten right now, I would have never imagined us sitting on a couch in the living room, passing the phone back and forth to record on Anchor. And then now we're here. You know what I mean? Like, I would have never imagined the feeling that we have when we record. Like, I would have never imagined that this was a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never imagined people like, what do you want to be when you grow up? An NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never imagined me being more fulfilled, sitting down and talking than I would playing for the Lakers.
Especially because it just seems so common.
Seems so common, right? So like, podcasting wasn't even a job. It wasn't even, and it's still low key not a job. People still like, are you a podcaster? Take the mics away.
Man, take the mics away.
But like, I still would have never thought that there was ability to make NBA money talking to a screen. Like, they getting $250 million contracts. They getting $200 million contracts right now. Joe Rogan, 250, 200 mil. I saw another lady get $1 million worth of game. Wallow and Gilly, they got 100 mil. The Kelsey brothers, they just got like 100+ mil. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's money in this.
Yeah.
And that's just the people that they, announced. And that's now.
Yeah.
You know how it goes in the league. One quarterback gets this, the next one going to get a little bit more.
A little bit
and
more.
A little bit more.
Price
a little bit more.
going
The
up.
price going up. Yesterday's price is not today's price. So by the time we get there, we might be having 300, 400 mil. You know what I'm saying? So like, to answer your question, I'm just so excited for the journey and so excited for where God is going to take us, because we'll never be able to really plan or think of where we will be in 10 years.
Nah, that's huge.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm most excited about. What are you most excited about?
For the time of reflection. I think we forget how far we come until we look where we came from.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest eye openers. So recently we just came back from a Dominican Republic, and not for the reason y'all think. It was my dad's 10-year anniversary, so we did his vow renewal out there.
Shout out to your pops. We had a great time.
Great trip, right? And we did an excursion, and we were driving these dune buggies through all parts of Dominican Republic. And one of the places that we happened to drive by was like a Haitian Dominican Republic area, which was of lower income. And I wouldn't even say lower income, because it was lower than that.
Bro, it was no income.
You got kids walking around with no shoes, tattered shirts, you know what I'm saying? People struggling to live. And it almost was like, what do I have to complain about? Like, why do I look at certain parts of my life and be like, I don't have enough? Now, that is a double-edged sword, because of course we are geared to want more. Right. Like, I want more of my life. But it was a reflection point to understand that though there are points I feel low, there's somebody that feels way lower. My bad is nowhere near theirs.
Right.
My worst day is nowhere near their best day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it gave me that time to look and be like, dang, like, I really have so much to be grateful for.
Right.
That I take for granted.
Right.
A lot of us have so much to be grateful for that we take for granted. And it's those times where you have to look back and reflect. Like you said, us sitting in the living room, passing the phone back and forth. You can literally hear us on the recording, passing the phone back and forth, to being in a studio. And though some people may not see it as big, like for me and you, that is like transcending.
Right.
Like, to come from that point to where we are now here, and not only here, but we're consistently doing it. Yeah. We're trying to evolutionize it. We're bringing up new ideas. We're getting support from people that we've never even met. So to come from that point and have this opportunity to reflect, that's what I'm excited for, because I know where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? Even speaking for myself, where I'm right now is not where I'm going to end up. Mm-hmm. Like, I know for 100% fact that there is more that is meant for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm going to have more. I'm going to be more. I'm going to be better. I'm going to be greater. So just having the opportunity to get to that point and look back and be like, bro, remember when we were at the studio with the Freewenow banner in the back? Right. You know what I'm saying? And we were talking about the contracts we were getting. We were talking about the life experiences we had. We were keeping labels off water bottles because we not promoting nobody but us. Just the Freewenow brand.
Right.
To having sponsorships and having a different mode and a different thought process of life. That's what I'm excited for, because I know it's coming.
Nah, I'm with you on that for sure. Reflection is huge, bro. And like you mentioned, shout out to Myron Golden, but he always talks about compare yourself to where you used to be, not where you should be.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of times we get into, I should be there, or I could be here, or I should be at this point in my life, or I should have this by now if I was this age, or if I had this, that, and the third, I could be where. Like, compare yourself to where you come from. Right? Like, that's the reflection. look back and be like, man, look where I've come from. That's when you reflect. And on that note about that, kind of like Haitian territory, bro, it was like interesting to see that to fly into Dominican Republic, they already looked at us like we had a lot.
A lot, yeah, they did.
But there's even another level. The Haitians thought the Dominican Republicans had a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like there's always levels. And so like the Dominicans, when they were going across the line, they were looked at as rich people, as people that were privileged. And then, but we looking at them like, they're looking at us and they're like, no, they got, but we're looking at y'all like, no, if you came to the States, no, there's some people that they, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We feel like we, you know what I mean? We on the bottom on the totem pole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's always levels to wherever you're trying to go and wherever you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just very interesting and very eye-opening. Like you said, it was humbling. And I had a sense of gratitude to have what I have. And it also made me show that what things in life really matter.
What really matters.
What really matters.
Yeah.
And what should we really value? And that's why one of the first questions you asked me, that's why I was like, the world, y'all don't matter.
Yeah.
Like none of them had a TV. I didn't see none of them with a cell phone. Right. Yet they were still playing soccer on the field. Having fun. And the kids are waving at us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not even, I expected it to be like waving to get money. Right? Like, oh, like them approaching our doom buggy trying to get money. But like, it was honestly like they were just waving, just like happy to see us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There wasn't, and I'm sure obviously their parents was like, yo, give me some money. You know what I'm saying? But the kids were just like oblivious to what was going on. They were just having fun. And that's all they knew.
Yeah.
They were just running around playing soccer, no shoes on, just having fun. Clothes look worn out, no, like barefoot and just having a blast. Like that really opened my mind. I was like, wow, like
that was huge. Very huge.
Can you think of a time when a relationship helped you overcome a major obstacle? How did it impact your journey towards your goals?
Can I think of a time where a relationship helped me overcome a major obstacle?
Right.
Maybe a relationship I had a couple years with this girl. I thought she was one of the
girl. Hold on.
I ain't gonna say it.
What do you mean?
But yeah, a relationship I had a couple years ago with this girl or this woman. That might put it in perspective for you.
Okay.
I think she was the first individual that made me comfortable talking about traumas that I was uncomfortable talking to myself about. She gave me the free space to be vulnerable and to actually express myself, like to the point I'm in there, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna sit here and act like I don't cry. There's times I cry, right? And this was one of the times that I actually cried, right? Because I got something off my chest that I had been holding on for so long. And I didn't know how to express it to the people that were actually a part of, I wouldn't say the problem, but a part of that
situation
equation.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So
equation, belay my last.
A part of that equation, right? She gave me that free space and it showed me that even when the relationships don't work out in your favor, there's always something that you can learn from them. I think a lot of times we get caught up in expecting everything to go our way. I don't think I ever go into a situation expecting not to win or expecting for it not to work out. And then when it doesn't work out, you almost get in a sense of, I wouldn't say depression, or you get in a sense of disappointment. And you tend to gloss over or forget about everything that you learned about yourself and learned about life in that specific situation, right? So I think this was one of the main situations that kind of made me reflect in a sense of like, hey, what did I learn? Like, how can I take from this relationship and make everyone after this better? And one of the main things that me and her both did is like when we would get into it or be a disagreement, instead of coming at each other on what you did wrong, we talked about what we did to progress the situation. Like, yes, you want to point out where your partner or the other individual didn't meet the mark, but then you also have to understand that majority of these situations, it's just not one fold. It's just not one person adding into it, right? And I kind of hate the analogy, it takes two people to tango, but it takes two people to tango, right? there may have been something that was brought up that I didn't say something about, or that I did not properly communicate, that just furthered the stereotype or furthered this disagreement or this interaction. And this relationship kind of brought out to me to take more responsibility and accountability for my actions, and then also not view relationships as failures, but as learning objectives, and how I can be better and what I need to take away from it to make sure that the disappointments or the things that didn't go wrong, I can pick them out and then also address them a lot quicker than allowing them just to rear their head whenever.
So how are you going to move differently now?
So how do I move differently now? I've noticed that I have to speak up more when stuff bothers me, right? Because I'm a very much let it slide person. A lot of times I just don't have the energy. As you know how I be, bro. My battery drains quick.
Yeah.
I don't got the energy to argue or talk about certain things, and maybe I have to change my view on what a disagreement can be or is. Like, it shouldn't be an argument, but I have to change my view on certain conversations and realize that even the small things can have the biggest importance. Because I think it's easier in life to deal with the big things. You expect big things to happen.
Right.
The biggest nuisance is the constant small things. But those constant small things building up on top of a big thing makes it an impossible thing to overcome. So just addressing certain situations and just being more communicative or communicative about my past and how it has shaped and molded me. You know what I'm saying? Because the biggest thing about life, or the biggest thing about any type of lessons, is the root. Sometimes it's not about what you did in that moment. It may be a lead up of what I've dealt with in life and how I compare or how I perceive your action to be a reflection of what I've already dealt with in life. So now a one-off situation becomes something that I've been holding on for a long time, instead of me just being able to separate this specific action in this specific moment from the I can't use that word, but the bull crap that I've been dealing with for a long time.
Have you started doing that yet?
Yes, for sure.
What do you
Most
know?
definitely.
What's the difference?
The biggest difference is a lot of stuff be ending a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not as much drug out. I'm able to call out things that don't make sense or aren't right a lot quicker instead of letting them slide. And I'm a lot more keen, and I'm a lot more aware of the things that I say and do and the actions that I promote. So it kind of makes it easier, right? Because one thing I'm going to say about it, like, of course, as a man, like, you want to grow up, you want to build a family and everything like that. I'm not going to say I know everything that I want in a woman, but I have learned everything I don't want. And that's the starting point.
I agree. So is your battery, so you mentioned your battery being drained.
Yeah.
Is your battery drained at the same rate that it used to be now, that you address things, I guess, quicker? Or do you feel like your battery lasts longer now?
Battery lasts longer. It's like buying a brand new phone.
So it seems like not addressing it and kind of letting it slide drains your battery faster than actually addressing it.
Yeah, right. It's like never putting your phone on the charger. That's what I would say previous situations were. It's just starting at 100% and just letting it get to 0, and then that's when everything's done. But now addressing certain situations or being able to be cognizant of what's going on gives me that extra charge. Now I'm like, you know what? My phone's at 50%. Let me put it back on the charger. Let me not wait for it to get to 0 or 10% and the yellow sign pop up to start acting on certain things, because at that point, you notice when your phone get down to 10% and you start trying to do stuff, you're done. Phone's dying.
Phone's dying.
But if you try to address stuff at 90%, you got a lot more bandwidth to work with.
Address things sooner. Don't let it slide. The world doesn't matter. Right? Be at peace with yourself. You got to change your relationship to money and what you value. You got to let it grow. You can't treat it like a child and strangle it with love. You got to let it go and be free. What else did we learn?
Honestly, reflection is important.
Reflection is important.
Your situation isn't as bad as you think it is.
It's not.
Don't always buy drinks in the club.
Put the bottle down.
Use the GAME.
Yo, work on your game, yo. Get in the gym, yo. Get in the gym. Okay. Stop trying to play the game with the sliders up.
They putting them joints on 100.
They putting the joints on 100. You want to get her drunk, and that's predatory, bro. That's you're weird, bro.
You're doing full court no look shots.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like if I go out with you now and my homies, and I'm gonna have to check you, yo. Like
for sure,
bro. Chill, bro.
Relax.
Chill. You're doing a lot, right? Like, hey, can I get your drink? Hey, can I get your shot?
Like, bruh.
You know what I'm saying? And like if we're vibing and we, you know what I'm saying, it's cool energy. Everybody's exchanging nice energy, cool, right? But like, you know, we still meeting, we still shaking hands or giving introductions, and you're rushing in talking about let's do shots, let's get like, nah, bro.
You're moving a little weird.
You're scaring them, bro. You're scaring the women,
you know
bro. Yo, stop scaring the women, man. Yeah. Relax. Tranquilo. You know what I'm saying? Chill. You doing a lot. What you got for the people?
Hey, man, it was a great pod. I think we learned a lot, had a great conversation. I hope y'all take something away from this. And, you know, one thing I'm going to say, right, me and Haas got a big change coming up to the dynamic of the podcast, right?
For sure.
So we're going to move away from our current dynamic to a more niche built dynamic in the things that we care about. More Bible centric stuff, more financial centric stuff. And then you always know we got to have time to get it off.
Yeah.
So be prepared for the things that we're about to bring y'all. If y'all rock with it, let us know. If y'all don't, let us know. Feedback is very important, but we're excited to present this to y'all and to have y'all grow with us.
Facts. We're going to start pumping out more content now. We growing every time you see us, we're doing something different. Every time you see us, we're getting better. Every time we working on new shirt ideas. You feel me? We getting new equipment, new ideas for the content. We're growing and developing individually. Like every time you see us, we're doing something new, and that's the mark of a great person. If every time you see them, they're elevating, they're growing, and they're better than the last time you saw them.
Yep.
You gotta be addicted to self-improvement. You gotta be a self-improvement junkie. Okay, I'm a self-improvement junkie. Every day, I'm looking in the mirror and say, "What can I change to be better?
What can I change?"
It's Freewenow
till it is backwards.
Yes, Sirski.
No!